Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andMe. Thanks for being here this morning. Welcome to a whole new day. Hope that you're feeling great, positive and optimistic and just ready to embrace this day. I'm really happy that you're here with me. I've got my morning cup of tea. I'm drinking echinacea. I have a little bit of a summer cold and I thought I'll try echinacea, and it's actually caffeine free, but it tastes really, really lovely and refreshing, and it feels like I'm doing some good. So hope that you've got a cup of tea or coffee too and enjoy it. This is the time to just sit back, have a drink, relax, and talk about things that are fun for women who are aging beautifully and just enjoying life. So I want to talk to you today about fashion. And as it moves in cycles, we always have these conversations that, they're along similar themes, but I think this one is a little bit unusual and is actually inspired by one of our bloggers, Jodie Filigomo, who is a great fashion blogger. She does kind of unusual fashion across generations, and I really enjoy getting inspired by her work. And I'm going to give you sort of 3 ways that you can start combining vintage fashion with traditional fashion in just a minute. But I want to remind you first that our sponsor for today's show is International Living. Now, International Living is a company who thinks about people who want to retire overseas. And if you've been considering this and just not sure where you want to go or what the issues might be, check out internationalliving.com/60andme, and they will send you a report on any number of topics. You just have to check what's current at the moment, and they give them your email address. They'll send you a link free of charge, and it's really insightful. They have got people who know their stuff. So whatever fashion you're interested in, you're going to need to think about this when you're traveling, if you're traveling abroad, but internationalliving.com/60andme is the place to go. So fashion. Now we've got fashion trends that come and go. They're like, they burst onto the scene and then suddenly they're gone. And a lot of the high street shops in the UK and in the States, they really, in Canada, they actually, and everywhere, they all follow these trends, like sort of sheep, because that's what people want. They want the latest trend. But a lot of people are getting into consignment shopping now and shopping at thrift stores because they want to combine things that are on trend and very modern with things that are a little bit quirky or unique, or give you that authenticity in the clothes that you choose to wear. So you can mix vintage and traditional in all kinds of ways. And Jodie talks about this style as a vintage bohemian, which I think is a really nice way of saying it. It's just got that ability to choose fabrics and patterns and colors and ideas that were very popular years ago and now don't quite fit the trend of the modern trend, but they can certainly accent it. And of course there's things that we talk about all the time, like scarves and headbands and hats and all kinds of things like that. But there's a couple of things you can do that Jodie talks about. They're pretty straightforward. This is the hippie movement, the time where clothes were brighter and the fabrics were more flowy, and so you can mix and match those. A lot of times, for example, you can just wear plain leggings or black tights, and then just put a really beautiful flowered skirt or tunic on, and maybe a funky necklace or something. Those are ways you can do it. She talks about denim. Denim is one that is always seems to be in fashion, but you can do some very cool stuff with modern, maybe a modern dress that's a little bit more streamlined and straightforward, and just put a denim jacket on it. Put a big old flower brooch on your denim jacket, and then you've got this look that's completely unique. Denim is something that women seem to love or hate, and I've never worn denim jeans. I don't wear jeans, but think about just denim and white. She talks about denim and white shirts, really great together. And a pair of maybe really dark pants, like a dark denim pant. But, you can wear just a colorful pants, like if you've got some pink or red or some lovely color of pants, mix that with a denim jacket and a white shirt. I mean, that contrast can sometimes be very, very cool. I actually never used to wear white on camera because it didn't look the light didn't like it. But now I've just decided I'm going to go with white because I really like white with contrast. Like this, for example, it's got a little strip of beige in the middle too, which is great. So I think that white and contrast is very nice. with a denim jacket. And excellent choice for when you feel kind of like, I could just wear those pants without any accessory, or I could just, make it look a little bit more interesting. Another thing that she talks about is short cardigans. Now, I was a short cardigan person when I was younger. I used to wear them all the time. And I went into, I think it was H&M the other day, and there was a whole rack of short cardigans. Now, I would consider that kind of, not vintage, but certainly 60s, 70s fashion, but they're back. And they had them in all different colors under the sun, and they were, that's the return of a vintagey item. But I did something with one of my short sweaters, which I think I've shown you this before, but I really like this ability with short cardigans to make them unique and make them your own. That is, you can just take them and turn them round for one thing, like just a very plain black cardigan, turn it round, turn it into, a vest and or a shirt, and do it the other way around and accent it, use that neckline. Or you can do what I did, and Susie Grant, another blogger, and I talked about this a lot, and that is put buttons on your cardigans. This is a little sparkly one. Or you can put different colored ones. They're really, really cute. And you can mix and match them. So that's something that you can do with cardigans that is a nice, bringing that vintage feel to a very modern and classic look. And actually, I've got another one that I wanted to show you this. I don't think I've ever shown you this top. This is a vintage top that I bought in a thrift store, maybe 10 years ago. I wear this thing all the time. This has got, if I can find the top of it, that is actually from the neckline. It goes like this. And then it has isn't that amazing? I really, really like this. It's hard to show it on camera, but it's got like a little bow at the bottom. It's just so sweet. And that is on both sides of the sweater, on both sides of the neckline. And this was very inexpensive, but I bought it, and I wear it with just black dresses, very simple outfits. And it was just one of those little treasures that I found. And it's a vintage item that's totally at home with a modern look. What else did she talk about here? Well, I think we mentioned white shirts, but shirts in general, I don't usually wear shirts, but you can get really cool ones with like buttons on the sleeve where you can change the button, or like a cuff that you can put like a little bit of lace or some other accent. I've seen people put on their t-shirts across the top now too, just little pieces of lace or buttons just across the top. It's just the idea of taking something that's very simple and modern looking and adding something to it that makes it completely come to life. So I hope that you've got some ideas from this. Are there any others that you like? I mean, mixing lace, for example, with leather is always beautiful. If you've got a leather jacket, to put like a lace shirt or blouse underneath it, mixing up a leather skirt with a lace top. It's like almost that kind of combination of unusual components that really make shopping vintage and modern fun. So, what are your thoughts on vintage clothing? Are you a vintage clothing person? Do you go hunt for these kinds of tops and sweaters and accents, accessories? Do you prefer the modern stuff? Are you more classic in your style of dressing? How would you describe yourself? Are you a vintage bohemian, or are you more a classical conservative, or somewhere in between? I'm actually I call myself a cultured bohemian. I think I'm a cultured bohemian because I like cultured. I like pearl necklaces. I like the classic lines like this, but I also like to be a bit of a bohemian now and again. So I'm in between two. So, hope this has been fun. Thanks so much, Jody, for inspiring me, as always you do, with these kinds of articles. And check them out on our website, 60andme.com. We have all kinds of great channels now that you may not know about. Retire Different, She Cruises, Learn to Simplify, all new sites for 60andme that offer a new angle for women who are just changing up a bit in their 50s and 60s. But tell us about your preference. Do you like vintage clothing? Where do you buy it? What do you love? So thanks a lot for being here. Thank you so much for your support, for being here on 60andme. And I do look forward to talking to you all again really, really soon. Take good care, everybody. Bye-bye for now.